What's the format of scrimmage tomorrow?
It's going to be similar to the last scrimmage, except we're going to do, in addition to the short yardage goal line segment, which will be live, we're also going to do a backed up period that we missed that one day that we got rained out. That's really the only catch-up work that we got to do to finalize camp. We're going to get a look at a lot of the young guys. I'm going to hold a bunch of guys that are veterans, guys coming off injuries that have had outstanding camps, hold them out of the scrimmage, and give us a chance to look at guys that are competing for backup spots.
Which ones are you most looking at?
Probably going to hold out the Jones brothers, Aaron and Alvin Jones. Going to hold out guys like Gino Breslin, Devin Cockrell. They don't need to prove to me what they can do. They've already done it. We'll probably quick hook a bunch of guys like Nick Usher, and Jerome Daniels, John De La Rosa, guys that are veterans, Deshaun Smith. And, I want to get a look at their backups and get a look at the guys behind them because we're trying to build depth.
Besides quarterback, what are some positions you're really?
We're still looking at the linebacker position. Those guys, we've kind of solidified the four in there, but they're still jockeying for that starting position and the backup positions. Still some interior defensive line guys battling for spots and some interior offensive line guys battling for spots. But, again, the starters have pretty much been established.
Get the fuck out of the drill!
All right, you going to have officials?
Yeah, we'll have a Conference USA officials, and we're actually going to have them talk to our team tonight, go over all the new rules in college football, and show the films of all the new rules so our guys are up to speed.
And then doing something on tight ends, I guess that group's a little better than it was in the spring, isn't it?
Yeah, we've added with, Kent Taylor, I think, is going to bring a lot to the table as a receiver and a blocker. He's got good size. He's 6'6", 240. He's experienced. He started at Kansas. He started at Florida. So he's played in 2 high-level conferences in the SEC and the Big 12. Augie Torres is developing. Sterling Napier had an outstanding camp, probably had the best camp of any of the tight ends. And then Hayden Plinke is a very talented tight end. So I think it's a good group, solid, and Coach Nacken does a great job coaching those guys. And I like some of the young guys too. And Sonny Buckingham and George Rodriguez, they're 2 young prospects that I think are going to be two good tight ends before they leave here.
You guys use that position a lot, don't you?
Quite a bit. We always have 1 tight end on the field if we're in 11 personnel. But we like to be in 21, he's on the field. If we go 22 with 2 tight ends or 12 personnel with 2 tight ends, they're on the field, and sometimes we'll have as many as 3 tight ends on the field. So it's a very important position for us. It's a focal point of our offense, and the tight ends got to play well for this offense to go.
Me personally, that's a good question. Anytime you have experience under, starting for a year and coming back, you feel a lot more comfortable. So I think collectively as a unit, we're all clicking a lot better, and we've all become better friends in the off season. So we're really excited. It's a good question though.
How fun is this offense for a tight end?
Extremely fun. Catching all the under routes and splitting the field, and I think we have good speed in our room for the most part. Ability to stretch the field. So I love Coach Pease. So glad he's here.
And then, do you think? Looking at it, you should be one of the best tight ends in the conference, shouldn't you?
Well, looking at it on paper, and that doesn't mean too much. I'm just out here to try to work on my craft and get better every day. So.
How much does it help having another great pass-catching tight end come in?
Yeah, well, Smooth, definitely. Love him. Kent Taylor, we're blessed to have him. And, we've become pretty good friends off the field also. So have great chemistry in our room.
What's the big emphasis on scrimmage tomorrow?
I think we just got to go out and compete. We've had some good days and some days where we need to fix some things, and I think if we attack the film and go out there on this last day and just go out there and show what we learned all camp.
Is this kind of what's going to decide who's going to start?
Well, I think, just go out there and just do the best that we can, all 3 of us, and, whatever happens, happens.
It's going to be different with officials out there?
Yeah, anytime we get actual, game-like reps where we have officials and stuff like that, it's good, and it's going to get us prepared for when that first game comes.
Man, I guess how different is this in spring? You guys didn't have a lot of bodies out there in spring. It's kind of changed now, hasn't it?
It's really nice to have some substitution. In the spring, it was purely August, Torres, and I, and now it is my good friend Hayden Plinke, my roommate, my good friend Kent Taylor, and of course Augie and George and Sonny.
Man, I guess You haven't been as big in the past a big pass catcher. Is that kind of changing it this fall? Looks like you're catching more balls.
I believe that we have all the pass catchers we need with Hayden, Plinke, and Kent Taylor. I also think that our wide receivers are killing it. Don't say killing it. Our wide receivers are doing a prodigious job catching every pass thrown their way.
So what's your role now?
My role is to bring the best physicality and best mentality that Coach Natkin can ask for, and to bring a positive energy to the team. God bless America.
Cool.
Can I give a little shout out? Would that be cool?
Sure.
My brother just had a son. His name's Elijah, and I'd really like it if you just Elijah James Napier. I'd love to have that. I will buy that newspaper, physical and everything.